Hey guys, good morning all, or good night, wherever you are. I'm Steph. This is going to be full tilt with me today. I'm going to attempt to tell you a story. I don't know if I can read chat, I don't know if it's even going. Let's see. Yo. I can't tell if this is actually going. Chat seems really quiet. So yeah, how are you guys? Hello. This is the Varavon from last week, so kind of crammed a story in my head overnight. I'm gonna try and tell it to you guys. It was written by a good friend of mine, actually by a friend for another friend, for me to draw. It's really complicated. So it was like a tattoo idea, and she called it the Wolf Queen in Hell. Quiet. Yeah, come on, come on. No, it's like my notes, but then this camera in the front is broken. It's fine. I think I'll die. I think I won't trip on this like last time, so should be fine. That was my sketchbook. So, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you the story of the Wolf Queen in Hell. Kind of totally my thing. So, I guess I'll start, eh? I have to keep walking up and everything. Let's see. Woohoo! Thanks for the resubscribe. 6 months, man. Holy crap. It's crazy. Got Geekavaz, Nigihama, Trindane, Verkatjol? Sorry if I mispronounce these things. It's early. Dang, all you guys. It's awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully this will be as entertaining as it is in my head. So, alright. So, the Wolf Queen is wise and strong. Her children roam the world, the broken halls of men, long ago slain in their immense war. The beasts now rule the world. The wolves rule the beasts, and the Wolf Queen rules them all. Like the children of men, children of wolves, each had a shining spirit. Yeah, that rock music was that Street Fighter music was a little intense, and a shadowed soul. Each entwined and destined to eventually depart. Oh, where is it? What do I want? What do I want? That wolf. I know. So I drew this in the dark, and it like scared the living shit out of me. I was like by myself over the weekend. It was really, really freaky. And so the children of the Wolf Queen, they grew old and they died. And the Wolf Queen Marachi mourned their passing. For as their spirits soared, their hearts remained with her, and through that power she became immortal. She lived on to become wise and powerful, while her children grew old and laid down to die. And someday I'll tell you the story of Adunat, the beautiful king who turned her eye to conquer more worlds. But the Wolf Queen had no interest in heaven or hell, only to rule the world of the living more fully. I will not stand by as I watch my children die. I will find Hathis and I will find Diva and make them relinquish their souls. That's what she said to herself. Probably a bad place or window for chat. Monday mythology. Yeah. It's more of a mythology just because I'm not a exact storyteller, but this is the closest it will get. And so she came upon the broken tree, the hollow trunk, and before her the path split. One plunged into shadow. Let's see, where are we? Let's see how I'm gonna do this. This is all in my head, so it's kind of interesting to try and see this. So, the path to the hollow tree. Path split, one that plunged into shadow, full of ghastly cries and eerie screams. The other was the shining mist. Let's see if this actually works. Full of light and a trickle of water. The shining path is more lovely, said the Wolf Queen. And so I'll choose the path of the shadow, for I am no coward. And because of that, her fate was decided. And into the descent she goes. Splatter is not what I want. The senses of the living world were dulled in the shadow. Things are made true by feeling and intention.
Hello. Friend Computer welcomes a new thumper for science.
Hey Bomba, thanks for the subscription. You guys are what keep me on this channel, painting and telling you weird stories about monsters. So thank you. Here you'd find the bloody ghosts, full of guilt and shame, the moors of man. And specters. Made of nothing but the flashes of intention. Yeah, and I'll probably have like a few things or two of the big monsters that I really like. So you have your bloody ghosts, your intense the specters made by intent. And lastly, the wisps, the last lingering feelings, the spirits in the dark. Here's where the shamans find their ghosts and bind their dead things by fury and power. Oh, this is really creepy. And at last, the Wolf Queen descends into the deep ocean, surrounded by the wisp waters and the shadowy creatures that sail about in the air. They reach for her spirit, they hunger for her soul, but the burning brilliance of her spirit keeps them at bay. And here in the realm of Hathis, Lord of Hell, dweller of the bottom of the ocean. Let's see if I can... And you heard of him, the dweller of the deep, the Lord of Hell. Empty crescent eyes, teeth like pine needles. And upon his brow sits a light the color of death, like a star upon his brow. And it is with this that he devours the souls of kings and priests. It is through him that we worship and honor our ancestors, and it is by his grace alone. Shows a change. I may have lied about that. The change about the whole show thing might be. It's probably going to be the week after or so. It'll be a surprise when it happens, but it's happening. And the Wolf Queen thought herself equal to the Lord of Death and Hell, and learned from her mistake. Let's see, where is it? Give me the Wolf Queen. You have come to me at last, Marachi, Queen of Wolves. And I will take you gladly, for your soul burns bright. And when he reached out, well, she walked closer, lulled in by the spirit light, and she'd forgotten her quest to come and free her children. And when he laid his closed claws upon her, oh shit. The brilliance of her spirit burned him, for it still laid embraced within the flesh of the Wolf Queen. When he cried out, the Leviathans came. Three great beasts, devourers of nations, came to their master's side. Sinew and scale, they surrounded the Wolf Queen. Let's see how fast I control this. And they battled valiantly in the dark depths of hell, in the deep ocean, in the realm of death. Her spirit burned them, but their dark flesh seared her soul. And in the end, I plan to save. Some of these are so fast. 3 Leviathans lay dead, one throat sliced open, one belly torn apart. And one heart utterly devoured. Morning, guys. It's kind of awkward place to jump in. It's in the middle of telling a story of a wolf queen in hell. She had grown tired of seeing her children die, their spirits separating from their souls, and so she sought out the god of death and the goddess of life to relinquish their claim. And at the path, at the hollow tree, the path split, one into darkness, the other into light, and she chose the shadow, for she was no coward. And in the darkness, she found the ghosts and the spirits of time and war past. She made it through, finally, into the depths of the ocean floor, into the realm, the cold throne of Hathis, god of the death. And in his attempt to claim her soul, he is burned, and she is beset upon by the 3 leviathans that guard his side. Her spirit burns them, but their soul blood diminishes her soul. And in the end, the 3 leviathans lay dead, throat sliced, belly torn, and heart devoured. Yeah, I'm trying something new with storytelling because this is really rad. And so, Hathis brought, with great sorrow, Hathis took their bodies unto him. And the wolf queen licked her wounds, and let the fury and the pain guide her. Hathis, she said, my children have been dying. Relinquish your control, your power over our souls. Give us freedom. And Hathis remembered the strong wolves that descended into his realm, for he favored them very much. A body that has once held a soul will die without it, Marachi. Without it, you will feel no emotion and no impulse, and you need its guidance. For look upon yourself and see what you have become. The brilliance of her soul was now diminished, quenched by the soul blood of the leviathans she had just slain. And now her soul, lonesome without its lover, began to grow twisted and monstrous. She now stood tall, shoulders broad, limbs muscled. Her hair, her mane, flowed like water from a mountain. And Hathis commanded her, "Go now before you are changed completely. I will give you the gift." The souls of your children will only be taken by violence and starvation and hunger. Any souls that die of old age will be reborn. This is the gift I give upon you. Now go. And so the Wolf Queen ran. She crawled her way out of hell and tore through the ocean deep, past the bloody ghosts, and the shimmering spirits. But she could not find her way back to the hollow tree. Her teeth multiplied. Her talons grew large. She tore at the threads of the world, destroying roots, sundering strings. And left behind her a chasm, a dark well, where shamans go to speak to spirits and where the dead emerge to walk with the living. Stories from a friend. I'm trying to tell it properly. This is I think I'll have a commentary after this is done. And this is why the wolves only live in the forest, and why we have retaken our cities. They have no art, they have no beauty. Strong as they are and great warriors they've become, they have no stories to tell and are now silent. Going to save that. And this is why we've reclaimed our cities, why we have tools and weapons, why we have our cities to return to, a bed to sleep, and why the beasts have returned to the woods and to the darkness, and thus lie down and hush. And this is the story of the Wolf Queen. Okay, that's the story. Kind of about to walk into, I guess. I have to be able to see because that darkness. Sorry. So, for those who missed the beginning, that was a story that my friend wrote called The Wolf Queen in Hell. She's a really amazing writer. If you ever are curious about reading her stuff, you can always message me on Twitter about it. She doesn't have a place for her fantasy and her mythology, even though it's something that she's working on. She does have a lot of really creepy medical stories because she works as an ICU. So if you're into really weird human stories about poop, that could definitely be a fun read. Yeah, it was a lot to memorize. And painting and talking is so weird. Yeah, so like, ideas and different ways for me to try and tell a story, because I want to at least like once a month tell you guys a mythology or tell you about a mythology, because I think that would be really cool, especially something that's not Americanized, you know? Because I feel we know enough about Norse and Greek mythology, but even then, like, we don't really get to know anything. I think we only learn like a really shitty facet of what was actually way more beautiful, so. I see universe. Yeah. You guys have like some of the. God, her stories are crazy. Anytime I think I'm having a horrible day, I just imagine, no! Elise has it worse! She'll probably tell me about somebody's butt and some horrible thing that happened to it. Mostly guaranteed. I also don't have a camera, so I can actually tell who's actually here, and I might run them over, so. Sorry, not sorry. The history set. Cool. Yeah, the music was really nice. So I'm gonna draw the Wolf Queen again, because my favorite part of that was her loss of her burning spirit and the consumption of her soul. Feel free to talk in chat and I will answer questions. Yeah, Cravo, my same friend Elise also wrote a really cool space goddess story that I would love to draw, and I think it's something, especially because there's like a space background here, it would work so well, but it's also really scary at the same time. But I think I'd want to find a better way to tell that story before I bring it to VR. Because it's really beautiful, and I would just like to be able to draw in the blackness of space too, so. I think since last week I did 3 huge sketches. I'm actually gonna try and noodle 1 painting for you guys and actually work on completing an idea and learning how to detail in this program, because it's really weird because all these tools are meant for big broad shapes, and we'll see how I can we'll see how well I can dick around with that. Yeah, I wanted to tell like stories about Sekhmet, or even like doing the Margaret Atwood poem Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess, would be really, really rad, just because the narrative is really pretty and it's really powerful and frightening. Or even like try and find out where I put the Book of the Dead and draw the endless sea and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. And African myths too. Those, oh man. I was talking with a friend about how our mythology lacks a lot of stuff that the Native Americans and the African mythologies have. It's always this, everything in their stories are so primal and unrestrained, they will just kill you for no other reason besides the fact that they can. And it's really terrifying. Like literally, things will just be stalking the night and wanting to destroy you. And that's something that, our culture doesn't exactly have. We don't fear anything. Not really. I mean, I would imagine like Judeo-Christian just to fear the brimstone and the hell, but I think I'm more afraid of people than of hell. So that's something that I would really like to do, just to bring back stories, even like Hindu, talk about Garuda, dig out poems, tell you about how Ganesh lost his head. That's a fun story. And how he told his brother, the god of war, he dared him one day to run around the world, and while he was busy traveling the globe and actually going around the world, Ganesh just ran around his mother. And I think that's like the cutest thing ever. If you're dying. Yeah, Sekhmet, yeah. Or it could be Serket too, because Serket is the goddess of scorpions. Too. Yeah, Japanese. So there's like a really cool podcast I like listening to called Myth and what is it? Mythology? Lore and Mythology. And he covered some really cool Japanese stories, and they're really creepy. Ghouls that eat flesh and temples haunted by cats. Some pretty weird things. So those just joining in, this is a part of the Wolf Queen in Hell story that I told earlier. This is when she's lost the burning brightness of her spirit and the guidance of instinct and emotion and becomes this dark, twisted creature. It's also because the descriptions are so beautiful too. She grew tall, her shoulders broad, her limbs muscled. Something about that is so monstrous. It's really weird in VR to do this because I think I'm understanding that it's sort of like painting with clay, but also I suck at color theory, so this is kind of new. It's kind of forcing me to remember everything I wanted to forget, to be honest. Yeah, I saw that God of War demo. It looks so good. I saw the fire giants and then the Jorgmag. Oh man. What am I finding stories that are altered by? Yeah. Demonizing too, because that's the thing. Like, I think our culture is more obsessed with demonization, right? Like, that's what happens with all of our stories. That's what happens with the way that we tell them. There has to be a good and an evil, and when there isn't, it's confusing. When in reality, the world is extremely gray, and there are a lot of things to be afraid of, but there's also a lot of things that are very beautiful. And I think we miss out a lot because of it. They're great war stories that are so inspiring. Immense, like, I don't know, monsters and myths. So cool. I wish I knew more about the builders of... Yeah, all the, like, what's the word? Frick. Don't remember the word. Yeah, there's like the snake mounds and, is it Neolithical? I don't think it's that one. Wrong word. It's too early. I didn't drink all my coffee today. But like Stonehenge even, like that's a mystery. Or if you look up the Easter Island statues, they actually found the rest of them, which is really crazy and weird because those things are so big. Celtic and yeah, everything, and also like everything was told orally, which is kind of what I wanted to do with this, right? Because I thought that would be really cool to kind of go back to that style of storytelling where it's the experience and then it's added on and it evolves and it changes, and each telling is very different because, you know, you tell the story each time with different eyes and different things are emphasized and different people find different things out of it. So that's kind of what I want with this kind of mythology storytelling. It's just that I want to actually, I realize now the time commitment and I'm willing to do it. But yeah. I need like water. If there is one thing that I love painting and drawing, it's definitely hair. There's something about it that makes sense to me. Also a thing with me and teeth and tongues, it's like her teeth multiplied and her claws grew into talons. That's so very monstrous. In Celtic myths, like I actually got a really cool edition of the Prose Edda. I'd like to go through that because some of that stuff's so weird. Oh my god, all those stories are so weird. Like people think of just only of Thor and Odin when a lot of really strange crap happened in those stories. Like Thor almost marrying a giant and poor Loki getting pregnant by a horse. I think is one of the funniest things that I like telling people. Just makes them really confused. Shoulder muscles, like nothing. Yeah, little monsters. Yeah, and it kind of like, so I think, and that really sucks when the good and evil thing happens, right? All monsters are usually evil, but I think monsters are just kind of facets of us, like facets of our humanity in our attempts to try and understand and accept ourselves. And because it's demonized, because all the monsters are antagonists or villains, we like hate ourselves in a way, you know? Like that kind of storytelling and representation just makes me think that we should hate ourselves. It really sucks. Because creatures and monsters are the only way that I could relate to the world growing up, so... We all know you have this... Yeah. It's just learning how to talk while painting. It was kind of... kind of hard. The Welsh Book of Legends. I will check that out. Because there's a lot of creepy stuff out there, right? Because a lot of it's even the Irish monsters are super creepy. Welsh monsters are like, what the hell? Why did you put that in a lake? No wonder you would never, like, how do you even go outside after you know one of those things lives out there? Or even like, I would maybe do Lovecraft, but I feel that's a little too, Lovecraft is it's a strange one. He was a very strange person, and a lot of his early writings are a little like, oh, wince-worthy, very cringy. So we'll see. I would just draw Cthulhu. Like, I would just love to draw monsters and try and interpret them maybe in that sense, but like, I don't think I would want to tell his stories. It's because fantastic literature is this kind of hard if I'm going to be painting at the same time. It requires more of a, I don't know. It's a lot more about that narrative, right? The uncanny and like, oh god, what's gonna happen? Yeah, it's true. I thought it was great. I love that he got pregnant by like a beautiful stallion. But like his kid wound up being ridden by Odin, which is like, wow, that's a slap in the face. Thanks, Dad. You know, or half dad, whatever. That poor guy. I mean, he's that, you know, that cousin that never learned ever and just is constantly a pest, right? Okay, let's see. I need to actually be doing something meaningful with these shades. Fucking... I don't... Castlevania 4, is that what it is? Aliens and Stonehenge. That's true. Not saying it's aliens. Oh man, yeah, and like speaking of vampires, right? I think there's a lot of really cool stuff. Still some really cool, you know, blood-sucking creatures in a lot of mythology. Like stuff from the Philippines is really scary. You know, stuff is just like, what is this? This thing lives in a jar and it's just a woman's head and just her organs. Like there are no bones or nothing, and it just floats about and like floats around in your room and drinks your soul, I think. Like, that thing is so creepy. If I saw, like, a disembodied head with floating organs, like, I would just... Oh, like, I wonder... I wonder what you had to see to think that, like... like, how messed up is that? Let's go to the mythology. Yeah, like from the beginning, like, what did people imagine that was? Like, part of your spirit? Did they realize, like, I mean, even in a lot of religion, like, blood is power, right? Sacrifices, like, when you want to summon big things or make big things happen, blood, it's always blood. Blood is always required. And even in Christianity, right? Cleansing the blood, the pureness, and that's all part of, you know, sacrifice, right? Even the vampire stories too, and they dug up all those crazy tombs, I think out in Bulgaria, or was it actually Transylvania? Yeah, they had those iron spikes that were driven through their hearts because, you know, vampires. And even those crazy, like, witness accounts of people coming back to life, like, that's crazy. Zombies is another scary one, right? Talking about the sugar plantations in Africa. How they mind controlled a bunch of people and just stole their bodies at night and faked their deaths so they could have sugarcane slaves? Like, what the hell? And there were some really creepy things that happened. Like, people would be found, like, months after they thought they were dead, and family would meet them and be like, oh, what the hell? Where have you been? You know? And they wouldn't be able to remember. They would have just apparently run away from somewhere, and that's all they could ever say. Also, just vampirism in nature is like the most extreme circumstances, right? Because I can imagine something, it's like along the lines of carnivorous plants, right? Where something is so, like, where you literally have no water, and the only way that you can survive in a place with no moisture is to eat the bodies of other creatures. Where is this thing that I want? There's this. I think I actually need to put some actual black into this, or else it's just not going to work. Yeah. Vlad was a historical figure. Extremely, like, powerful, like, war general who, like, struck fear into the hearts of his enemies by impaling their heads on pikes, hence Vlad the Impaler. This music just reminds me of like the stuff I've heard in Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'm like super excited about that game. I haven't been excited about a game since, what, Mass Effect. I'm really excited for that one. We'll see. Yeah, history's amazing. I like wish someone had told me stories in school. Like, history is amazing, even politics is. Like, I wish I had, like, you know, figured that out or found a better way to tell it. Like, the internet tells me better history stories than what I learned in high school, you know? Even in college, there's some things I was like, you're not pandering to my interests, bye. I did get some really cool, I took my Hinduism class then. It was like a very brief intro to all those stories. What do we got? Resubscribes! Yeah! Obama, thanks for the subscription! I don't remember if I said anything. Yeah, thanks you guys. You're keeping this channel alive and letting us do weird things. Like me trying to tell oral tradition stories in virtual reality, because why the hell not? And if you're just joining, this is part of the Wolf Queen in Hell story. In her attempt to save her children, the Wolf Queen Marachi chose to descend into hell and approach the goddess in heaven to make them release their spirit and their soul. She chose to go to hell first, and there her spirit was consumed by the darkness, by the soul blood of the Leviathans, and her brightness was consumed. The flicker of her soul is gone, replaced by the monstrous beast you see before you. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. The ancient destroyer does make connect back to time with her sister series. Yeah, and I get that there's so much to cover with history, but there's a lot of interesting things that happen even from outside of our own perspective, and it's important to learn about these mistakes. It just seems like people are really afraid of teaching kids the mistakes of your country, which I get it, you know, patriotism is important, but like, dude, you gotta learn about what went wrong or else you're just gonna keep repeating them, right? It's freaking stupid. Ancient Destroyer Goddesses, there's a lot of cool stuff with the, I think, Strix would know a lot more about this, about, you know, Hera, Juno, and the representation of Ishtar especially. And even like Sekhmet is the goddess of nurturing and love and war. Greek mythology, you have Nemesis. Oh god, I love her because I love it when goddesses are used to explain immense rage and terror, and she is the goddess of divine judgment. Not just like Nike or Athena. She travels with Ares to dish out the justice of the divine, justice of the gods, and that's so cool. And no one talks about Nemesis, you know, all you know about Nemesis is like the dude in Resident Evil, when in fact Nemesis is a girl's name. All wiped out erasure. Yeah, and like the treatment of refugees too, right? Like, we're giving them so much shit when it's like, we're being in America, it's like, what do you think? Where do you think you came from? You know, it's an argument it's a concept that is like pretty outdated or ignorant. There's a lot of words for it, but it's very silly at this point. And we need to find a different way to talk about that because that's way too old. She didn't really get into history until she realized history. Yeah, it is story. If it weren't such a boring like text thing like the narrative, like I would be so into it. You have a girl's name, Nemesis. I know, right? That's how you disarm him. Called Smite. Showing you looks your guy. Yeah. I've seen some of Smite. I'm glad that they open up and pull from mythology, and that's like a good gateway for it. But I feel there's only so much you can do with a MOBA, right? And even like the big talk about Overwatch and the skins is just like, oh my gosh. So what am I gonna do with you? I think the coolest part is like walking into her chest and seeing her heart. Let's see the other side. Big wavy shapes. No history class starts to cover. Yes. Oh my god. Yes to Hex ammo. And it's just repeating like that horror that I don't know, that hatred is just being repeated and it's so shitty. Just a routine, yeah, terrible, yeah. I don't know, I should apply signs. Yeah. And like, if you don't cover that kind of suffering, you know, the kind of shit that we put each other through, they're not gonna have the empathy to know how to react to other people. Like, no one's gonna try and imagine what it's like then because no one is bothered to, or no one even knew, like, what happened. Like, what am I supposed to imagine if I didn't know anything about that? You know, if I never thought about what it was like to be immigrants. You know, like my parents immigrated here, U.S. citizens now and everything. But like, God, that I can't even imagine. You know, like they don't really talk about what it was like with discrimination. Like I don't know what it was like for them at all. Like that's something they never talked about, and I don't know if it's something that they never wanted to talk about with me. When in reality, like I still had to grow up being made fun of. You know, like. And children are mean, what are you gonna do? But still, you know, having something to relate to and knowing how to be strong through it would have changed things a little bit, I think. But who knows, right? Long talons, because teeth and claws. Alright. I want the jaws of black. Most people don't know. Yeah, even so in Seattle, right? You got Bellevue, kind of the white tech Bermuda Triangle in Seattle, but that land was actually taken from Japanese strawberry farmers, and never addressed, never returned, obviously. But it's like it's still like a very present thing. You know, you think that it happened a long time ago. It was World War II. No. And it's not so much like, hey, well, maybe it is about fixing. I don't know. That kind of depends on, that varies, right, with people in the situation. But it's more important to, like, not forget it. That's the most disrespectful thing. The most disrespectful thing is to forget. I don't get... And like even with so with immigrants, like the guilt, the shame, and like the anger carries very differently depending on the person, the generation, and like I know a few people who are 2 generations removed from World War II, and like are racist and hateful, and like that sucks, you know. That sucks. He just oversimplified a race of people into something evil, and that is not very fair, you know. And it's hard. That's a really hard thing for us, for sure. And saying that changing is easy. But it's worth a try, for sure. Oh, that's messy, Pax. And it's not, and also like not even immigrants. Like if you talk about even Europe, like you would assume European countries, right? Like most of the origins are fairly compact. They still discriminate by their whiteness or by where they come from, and that sucks too. Like somehow we always find a way, which is yay humans. But oh, why did you do this? This is river-like enough, right? So I can do claws that curl in, because that's creepy. This music really reminds me of Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, we have the information of the world in our pockets. Like we have the internet, and we still get people who like. I got so at my coffee job, like people who like ask, "Oh, where is this?" or you know, "When are you open?" It's like, did you use the internet to find our phone number? Like it should have the hours on there. Like I don't know. I don't know what to think sometimes. I want to think the best of people, but at the same time, I'm like, what? Like why? Why would you do this? But also, like, not only do we have the internet, right? But, like, the world is actually a really awesome, beautiful place. We're talking about science, talking about history. The world is so awesome. And I don't know why people get bored enough to do dumb things and hurt each other. Like, woo, what? Just really, I can't. Like, I just can't. It's not that I don't want to. It's just, like, I think the world is a very beautiful place. There's beauty and surprise in nature. Nature is just a huge, cruel troll joke. Now look at the platypus. Look at some of the weirdest things that have happened for the sake of, you know, science, or hey, I adapted this way. Like, I don't know why I do this thing, but it worked at the time, so I'm stuck with it, right? Kind of stuff's really cool. And we just think about like how many different millions of lizards exist in the world and how much we don't know about the ocean. It should keep you busy and not have to worry about, like, you know, hating and hurting one another. Honestly, the world is so much greater than all of us. Yeah, that too. Oh, it got a fact check for sure. Probably the stories. School Norm evasion. We asked to read about these. Sorry, I feel like catch up. Yeah, Hamilton too. And I think it was a conversation for Cuba as well. That's also the gateway for that, and hopefully people will take notice about what's going on. Like, countries are like falling apart and we don't know about any of it. I'm distracted, yeah. Or we're just so used to just having boring text and nothing to talk about a narrative and to connect ourselves with the world that we just want to distract ourselves with things that are more meaningful, like cats and the internet, right? So, who knows? NASA knows about the ocean, that's why they're eager to leave the planet. It's true! Have you seen the things that live in the dark? Ugh. Giant squids, like, I love them, but I'm also terrified of them. There's like a video of like one of the biggest like great whites they've captured on camera, and that thing is huge! It could just flick its tail and break me in half. Freaking crazy. Dark is full of terrors, it's true. The night. Do not go alone, take this sword. It's really cool sitting in here. I don't know if you would want to like teach anatomy classes using this. That'd be kind of cool. I think they have to, I think Tiltbrush needs more brushes. Needs to fix their glitches too. But I want more brushes. More fine detailing, you know? I could see if I could just draw her insides. That'd be kind of fun. Not duct tape. Because I don't know if like playing with ZBrush and stuff is really fun because I can like play with really cool tools. Let's see. What do I... Oh, damn it. Why are you like this? Oh, that's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted at all. Why are you like this? Why won't you... Oh god, you're a weird color. That's not what I wanted. Let's see, hold on. I think it's lying to me. No, I don't want it. That's so weird. What is this? Multi-gallery. Maybe it's the whole night thing or something. Okay. Back to black, I think. Or closest thing I can get to black. Hey Eva. How are you guys? So, Pokemon Go. I get so impatient walking because I already walk everywhere on the hill. Like, I live up on Capitol Hill. I already walk everywhere, so it's not a weird thing to me. But god, it takes forever. All I get in my neighborhood are drowsies and Zubats, and I'm like getting kind of tired of it, to be honest. Not what I wanted. Also, I really wish there was like a symmetry setting for this, because all my creatures are super wobbly. Because I have to draw them twice, so everything's really wobbly in here.
In the mirror mode.
What?
It's like a mirror mode, like if you're trying to make something equal on both sides.
Really?
There's like a mirror mode, and it just duplicates what you do on one side.
Oh, there it is. Oh god.
And you can kind of put it wherever you want, horizontal, vertical.
Yeah, but then
But it's too late now for next.
I know. And then like if I want to do dynamic poses like this though, it's kind of like but what? How do you know?
Yeah.
What would I use that for? I would use that for like environments, maybe. I don't know. Maybe like a very static looking creature. Who knows? I think the coolest thing is just like kind of walking around these models. Oh my gosh, that's fitness app. Yeah. Oh, cool. Nice job on that 5K egg. Life is leading. Yeah, life is leading causes to death. Once you stop growing, you start dying. Cell biology. Yeah. Looking at embryos. See, what else would I want to do with VR? Like, I like this storytelling, kind of like, I just like the idea of oral storytelling traditions, because stuff is always cool. Also, I can just like walk in these paintings. There's a mirror there. You tell me these things after the fact, it's fine though. I would also just like to rig these things, that'd be really great, because I was trying to do a time-lapse thing, like, oh, I wonder if I could, you know, animate things being erased and like have stuff kind of jump across the screen, but it doesn't really work that way. Because it just kind of, once you erase, it just kind of backs up and Alt-Z's it, which makes sense, because otherwise that would be a ridiculous memory dump, so. By driving around, yeah, I know! It's like, sitting in traffic here is great, because I just hatch my eggs. 10 kilometers, not a problem. It's like 3 hours in traffic. Let's see, let's play with coarse bristles, because I'm very bored of this brush right now. Let's see, what are you like? Yeah! Alright, cool. No, you are better for different things. Let's tag that. This is not as light as... Oh, yeah, you're green. That's why it doesn't work. Jerk. That is not what I wanted. God, these colors are so wrong every time. Coarse bristles my butt. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. That's more of a... That would have been cool hair. What was that? Oh, that sucks that the biking doesn't register. I think that's a little stupid. Because biking's a ton of work, too. Well, Steve Riss, I think, hopefully, I'm hoping that Kashi's brother just leaves the app on and just leaves it on the chair. Because that would be the responsible thing to do. I'm hoping. Those are cool highlights. what I think that's what I want right now though. It's kind of hard. I think that would have been really cool in here. Yeah. Gonna be really cool there.
So I watched Emily's, or I watched Zach's impression of me. Pretty good. But never You're still our best impressionist.
Yeah, like Pokemon is funny. Like I think it's great that people are leaving their houses, you know. There's been an interesting discussion about accessibility, but in all honesty, when you make a game, you know, it has to be a purpose to it, and if you make it too generalized, that purpose is gone. So unfortunately, it does suck. I think they could make do with different workarounds for like balancing being in your home versus having to travel, or you know, the biking idea. But it also kind of just shows us how kind of dumb we are. We're really bad at. We like roll really poorly on survival checks a lot when people are playing Pokemon. Man fell off a cliff. Some 15-year-old got hit by a car. A bunch of people got mugged, which is just something we're like, just don't do that.
Speaking of
Don't be an asshole. What?
Tomorrow, we will be streaming Pokemon Go live with Malika in costume at the Crossroads Mall.
So that just sounds like fun.
So for Malika Vision tomorrow at 3 p.m., we
We're gonna try something.
are going to try something really different and see if we don't get kicked out of a mall. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Or kicked off the internet because, oh my god, how do we even do that?
With Zach's soaring LTE charges.
And all the sponsorship for extra batteries. Some people walk off the cliff. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, Rai, the coffee guy.
What?
What?
Did you summon me?
Yes, by accident. I think so. I think combined with chat, we said your name 3 times. So. I can't. This is like one of my main problems with this program. I tend to draw really, really freaking big. You're welcome.
Oh my god, you almost just whacked me in the head like 4 times.
I don't.
You did it. That was amazing.
I do not have a camera
I'm done.
on this, so at your own risk. Sorry, not sorry. Good luck. Thanks for the resub, guys. For hanging out and like enjoying the content we're pushing out. Like we do tons of weird things. Lots of cool, weird, fun things. So I'm glad you all like us. It lets me come in here and play with weird technology that I would never have in my own studio because there's no way I have this space. I have important things like couches and a bed. So driving the cars to the lakes and stuff. Oh no! And also people are breaking in. It's like, okay, a business is closed. Please be respectful and don't try to break in. Like, there's a nuclear plant incident too. Like, who? Why? Like, why? Really? Why? Is the Voltorb really worth it? I don't know if there's a Voltorb, but I would imagine a Voltorb would be in a nuclear plant. Yeah, I'm like level 7. I just leveled enough so I could like choose a team, and then I was like, meh. I don't want it. I would rather dig out my DS and actually play the game that I bought it for. So, working on that. Yeah, French press. We've been. Yeah, Ingress. Yeah, I'm pretty sure so many horrible things happened when that happened. Yeah, 145, yeah, it's fine. Lest we forget in the National Holocaust Museum debacle, oh god. would respond to brainwaves. Of course Japan would do that. Sounds so dangerous. Everything is purple right now. I don't know if this thing is glitching out. Well, fire for eyes, which is like my favorite thing about this. I don't know if you've noticed, but I really love dealing with there's something else I want to actually learn how to do more properly, which is getting the edge of this brush to actually do what I want. There you go. So the funny thing is, when I was setting up for that story, I had the pitch black background, and I was sitting here by myself in the studio by myself, and all these sounds are happening around me, and it was freaking me out because I didn't have the camera. Camera's not working on this thing, so I can actually see what's going on around me, and it was really, really scary. It's quite the experience. Yeah, I like Final Fantasy IX is on iOS, which is great. It's like 4 gigs, which is the same amount of space it occupies on my PSP, so I'm kind of like, nah, it's fine, I don't need that, but god, I miss Final Fantasy IX. That'd be great. I never replay that. I want them to just like relaunch that game, it's so beautiful. Oh, your soul. You can see your soul, Marachi. I want more texture brushes, because that gets really annoying. It's really fucking annoying. Oh shit, I lost a bunch of the figures, whatever. This picky artist. Thanks. So it's being painted. Okay, so earlier I told the story, well, it's kind of the testing. I had this idea that I wanted to tell a story in mythology a friend of mine wrote called The Wolf Queen in Hell. And in a time after man wiped themselves out, the beast ruled the world, and the wolves ruled the beasts, and the Wolf Queen ruled them all. And but like the children of men, the children of the wolves had a spirit and a soul, and they were destined to drift apart and they would die. But their hearts would remain with their queen, and she would live forever. She became immortal and watched her children perish around her. And so she decided to go and speak to the god of death, Hathis, and the goddess Diva. She descended into hell and fought with the great leviathans. And though she freed her children from the bondages of the soul, she herself lost her spirit. And this is the Wolf Queen as she broke through hell and resurfaced in the world. which is kind of my favorite part of that story because it's so monstrous. So watching beautiful things burn. Yeah. And that was earlier. That was interesting. That's something I want to definitely work on and come back and tell, like, more myths, more stories. Just because this is super cool. Yeah, Tiltbrush. Just because I can be inside stuff. Like, look at this freaking soul here. It's super awesome. And it was like a reason to sit in the dark too. So I was like, let's save this thing for sure. That's not the soul. Show you the things that I wound up drawing. So this was like the first camp scene, right? And I was sitting in the dark. Also, this is kind of like the whole reason why I wanted to do this. I was like, I can make a campfire. And I had to figure out how to do creepy trees and stuff. Which I did wind up learning. I think this is like paper or something. And then I sat around for like 2 hours in the dark, and this actually got really scary. It was really uncomfortable, and there were noises and everything, and it was definitely no fun. I think this is like a really cool medium to do something, and like it tracks too fast. Just like I wish you could load things on top of others, but that's like, I don't know. That probably just causes a lot of databasing issues, maybe, who knows. But yeah, this is like an attempt at storytelling in a very short amount of time, kind of, because that was a very interesting. Why is this not actually giving me the colors that I want? What a piece of crap. That does not work. Paper, right? Yeah, you jerks. Thank you. That's what I want. And that's black. That does not look like black. I did like some really cool things when I did that hollow tree. That probably was my favorite. Talking about wolves. Maybe it's because of that. And it was oh shit. Lots of playing with material and like figuring out like if I wanted to do trees, this is not how I would do them next time. I also got to create like pretty cool. I can pretty much create like a fairy forest that I've always wanted, you know? And it's kind of pretty awesome. Creepy tree. I know, and it got really scary because I started making them like branching and weird, and they just felt like people, and then I would hear noises, and it was really concerning. Let's see. The hollow tree was great. I like this, even though the scene was really short. I had a lot of fun figuring out how to do a tree trunk and walk to the edge. But that was great. Moss and the will-o-wisps and stuff. So that was really cool. And to feel like you could actually, walk through the tree and descend into hell. And that was really creepy, Just experience a game. And like I would imagine, I don't know, like I haven't played anything that's VR outside of this, but I hope it'd be as immersive. Instead of just simply, using your control and like moving around. Just the colors a bit. Yeah, and because the environments are a little meh, like there's the space one and then like everything is purple, which really sucks because I don't need everything to be purple. And this one is like a really odd light source, and it really depends on the direction of my brushes. So at one point I kind of figured out how to do it. Like I was really proud of this area right here, I could figure out where the trunk would go. I found that the paper would actually do different colors, sort of, so that was really interesting. Yeah, purple. Vivi's good, Garnet, Zidane. Final Fantasy IX was a very big emo fest, but I still love the world. And for the most part, the plights of the characters are like, I'll help you. I mostly love Freya. I just want to like step into this freaking tree. Oh yeah, lock. That's awesome. Cool. I'm glad you guys like it. It's like trying to like share and do things that I think are really, really fun, and I'm just like completely geeking out with. And it's really great that you guys actually want to geek out with me too. So that's really nice. And really awesome. I kind of want to keep painting this. This was actually one of the scenes I really liked, but I knew I couldn't really spend that much time in. You can see how the rest of how I wanted to draw the rest of the tree. And imagine, you know, tree struck by lightning, hollowed out. Like there'd be holes everywhere. Really cool. What do we have? All the resubscribes. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out and chilling with us and growing with us. It is really, really awesome to be able to share what we do here. Makes me really excited to have a really good community, have some really cool people, and have really interesting conversations. Always, always down for that. And I'm glad that we all come from different places and we can still have, you know, a civilized, very open discussion about most things. So, thank you all for being a part of that, for sure. Yeah, like I can shade moss, but like shading fur is really wonky with the brush, man. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Well, that's not really the thing that I ever wanted to do. What? What did you find? Is there Pidgeotto in here? Hold on. Let me save this thing then. If I go offline, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, gunblades. Yes, that's true. Squalor Cloud, that's true. I couldn't. Oh, I learned. It's not rant. Yeah, so Barantar, like, I liked it because of the environment. Like, I really loved Libellum. I loved how everything was small and cottagey. 8, I didn't like because I found out way too late in the game how to actually play it, and by then it was too late for me to love it again, you know? Can you not break stuff, Joe? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. 7, I am a terrible person. God damn it, this is not what I wanted. It's a splash now, thank you. 7, I never played. The Pain of Aerith. I never wound up playing that one. Because graphics are a thing for me, so... Like, I love reading comics, and I love Neil Gaiman, but I could not finish Sandman because the art really, like, got to me. And I couldn't stay for the story. There is one Sandman that's really amazing. I don't know if it's even published anymore. It's Dream Hunters, but it is the first version of it where it's Neil Gaiman writing, and then Yoshitaka Amano, freaking Final Fantasy's, like, savior, you know, an amazing artist, and he drew some of the pictures for it, and it's the most beautiful thing ever, because it's kind of like a, I don't remember if it had kitsunes in it, but it felt like, you know, it felt right to have him drawing it. It was great. Add stuff to it. I'm gonna fix it, Joe. Asterix or Obelix? I will have to remember that. I have like, my brain has the worst RAM. Like my short-term memory is like gone. So try to remember that. Obelix I will probably remember because it's my move in Obelisk, so. Okay, cool. It's a comic book series. I will check that out. There's a really cool one that I really like that I've been really into recently called Pretty Deadly. And for me, it reminds me a little bit of The Dark Tower, kind of that very Western ballady sensibility, but it has, what are these doing here? It has this little bit of mythology in it that feels like the Odyssey, you know, and like in Odysseus' travels in between death and life and really strange places and vales, and it's really cool. The art's really beautiful, and there are really cool, strong ladies in it, so really awesome. What are we talking about? I have 7. Yeah, I don't know. Especially if they're talking about like remaking part of it. Like they're rewriting 7 a little bit, right, in that remake. Unless I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Which is kind of weird, I think. What do I want to draw here? Where's the edge? I don't know. I liked this. I really enjoyed this tree. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Sitting in the darkness. Oh yeah, Hathis. Hathis was really fun. So this was the deep ocean. The deep ocean and the underworld. So this is the Leviathans. That was really creepy because I had these eyes just floating in blackness and they kind of did faces, and that made it extremely way worse too. Kind of creepy sitting in silence listening. I'll just play with Hathis for a little bit. How I wish I could have done him. Maybe attempts at armor too, which is not really, don't really have a good way of doing that. Again, the lighting is probably gonna shit all over this, but whatever. Not what I wanted. Oh shit. Who gets any sense? Screaming, yeah. About me makes if I understand correctly the idea is that it would undo what. Yeah, and I think 7 had such a huge following and such an impact on a lot of people that it would just, it's kind of like the remake of Evangelion. I'm just like, I can't tell, like, I liked the first one just because everything got remastered, but god, everything went to shit really fast. And that is like not what I want at all. I was like, this is not what I wanted, Japan. Please fix. Thanks, Gynax. Oh, okay, it's an episode format? That's wonky. I think it was just look for something. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, I don't really feel that excited about too many games. I mean, I recently just bought a PS4 because of Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, price dropped and everything about that game looks really fantastic. I like don't even care if it feels like, you know, like Remember Me was another really good one that I love the concept of like, it's freaking Ghost in the Shell in Paris, so heck yeah, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm still gonna love it no matter what. And I think Don't Nod has done really great things since then. I mean, they did Life is Strange, if I remember correctly, and that's another really cool game, cool feels game, and that's really cool. I personally think. Hathis, what would you look like? Teeth like pine needles. I'd imagine him to be like an anglerfish, and if the Lord of Death looked that way, I would be incredibly freaked out. Those freaking teeth like pine needles. Yeah. Yeah, like it's something with TV series, right? I like have to binge watch 2 episodes at least, or else I'm just like, now what do I do with my life? It's exactly what they wanted, to obsess over everything, and I don't want to obsess over anything. Not like that anyway. Let's see. Hopefully erase this without... Oh, I took one tooth away, whatever. There you go, our Hathis. Black eyes. Oh, there it is. To feel like bone. Yeah, it's like a... Oh God, what is that color? That like... The color that most anglerfish have. That's the one. Oh, lighting on this is so dumb. It's so dumb. Let me tell you how dumb this is. Radiant Dreamers for That's right. Oh man. Yeah, with the Chrono Cross and Chrono Triggers, I don't remember if that was on NES, and I never owned one, so I missed a ton of really good RPGs growing up. I had an original NES, and then went from that and bought my own Game Boy, and then N64. So that was fun. I feel like redrawing this. Across the PS1, yeah. I didn't get PS1 till Final Fantasy VIII. I did own a PS1, yeah. The new one. I remember that. Oh, Jesus. I don't have a... Do I have a Vita? I don't have a Vita. I do have a PSP that's actually first generation, and that's the only reason why I have my emulators on that one. I paid a friend in, I don't know, so long ago. The wolf queen as I wanted her to be. Keep shifting around. I keep forgetting this guy is here. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good way to tell the story because I think this kind of visitation and scenes a lot better because my narrative is a little like clunky, but I'd rather take the time and intimately create these things rather than really tell the whole narrative, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. Trying to catch up on chat, sorry. Hey Charlie, thanks for the follow! If you wind up hanging out and liking what you see, you should totally check out our metagame or ask in chat. We can help you figure out all the little extra things that are going on our channel. It's a huge variety of things. But yeah, say hi, for sure. We're super welcoming and super chill in the morning. Now we're talking about old ports and emulators, it looks like. I have a thing for gods and goddesses with multiple eyes. I think it just makes sense. I can give multiple. To me, eyes are probably one of my favorite things to do on anything. So any chance I get to do multiple versions of eyeballs, I will always take full advantage of. Let's see. I don't want to do that. Graceful. Actually, when I drew Marachi and designed her the first time, I was sketching for my friend and her tattoo. I wanted her to be wispy. I wanted her to feel like, to truly feel like the light, I guess. I know what to do. Accents. Chord. Let's see what he's talking about. I joined Twitch. I want to find a copy of Joan to Arc. Yeah, Valkyrie Profile is like another one I really like. Plus because Valkyries, and also that story is really tragic. Had a pretty cool fighting mechanics from what I could remember. Like enough where I bought it for PS1 and PSP when I did get it. Like that was one of the first games I got on PSP. Where's this one? Let's see. Let's see, Marashi. Where am I gonna keep the rest of your body? Not what I wanted. Fire. Fire. No, actually. This is the fire. The soul that burned Hathis. Let's see, if you've been honestly join Twitch because of Felicia Day. Yeah, I found Twitch because of Geek and Sundry too, because I played D&D, and it was on recommendation to, you know, learn how to character, and that was fun for a while. And then my friend told me about Hyper RPG, and it was like, hey, we need gamer girls to be part of this channel, and you can play with the tabletop with me. I'm like, yes. And then I met Zach, and I was like, oh, it's you. I was overthinking that in my head. It's like, oh, you look familiar. I always feel you've always been yelling at me. Oh, wait, I know who you are. Yeah, in my head, I didn't say it because I didn't know. You just... You look like the grumpy, scruffy unicorn that I drew him as. So I was like, I don't know if that's an okay thing to say. Now it's like I should have. Now I know better. Let's save you. Yeah, let's save you. And then my favorite moment after this was I had this set up in a way that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed what had happened here. It's when the Leviathans descend. And it was really scary because I know what was gonna happen. Next time I do another story, I will probably spend more time doing stuff like this, because this is kind of feels more natural. I think since painting, it's hard to build a very quick narrative in succession. That's what I most definitely learned from telling it. So I feel this is going to be a lot more interesting and interactive. So we'll see. I'm gonna find another story to tell you guys for sure. Oh, it's Tyler. I always give him a hug for this. He's one of my dearest friends. And I've always wanted to play an RPG with him for ages. I joined him on a session of Vampire once. It wasn't really my thing, also because like I'd never played any kind of old paper RPG like that before. But still was interested because Tyler's an amazing storyteller. So So I knew, like, no matter what, like, even if it's Battletech, like, I have no idea what the hell is actually really going on sometimes, like, story-wise and everything. Like, I trust him enough. I trust him as an amazing storyteller, so it was worth it. And I'm glad, too, I got to meet you guys. I actually get to find a better part of the internet and talk about stuff and monsters and draw for you guys, so, like, definitely happy to be here. I'm gonna spend my days off, like, actually relaxing and doing this, which is really rad. And I look forward to Fridays all the time, like, no matter what, even with that crazy bubblegum game last week. Fridays always make me happy. And Wednesdays, if I ever get to, like, guess with Viking Glass, that's also really, really fun. Yeah, I actually wish I'd told this story a little slower. Just because, like, I think this is a lot better for building, oh shit, building worlds and monsters. I'm probably wrapped. Kirito Sana, thank you for the follow. Hope you're finding this really entertaining. It's not, this is me learning how to tell a story and using this medium. So hope you enjoyed it. Say hi to chat too, they're really, really cool. Ask them any questions you have, and if you wind up liking what you see, give us a subscribe if you could. You don't have to, obviously. We have a really cool metagame going on with Shadowrun. You get to interact a lot with all the shows that we have here in every way, you know. Being here, it's morning right now. Chatting with you guys, drawing, trying to tell stories. Doing my favorite thing is making monsters. This is pretty good. I am definitely going to time-lapse this thing after I'm done with it because this is really cool. Oh shit. I actually have no idea what's going on today. Alright, there's Claudia and Romantic. Gonna do your weekly fix of anime and silliness. And quotes from Claudia, always. I think once I get the tilt on this brush the right way, I think I'll be able to actually deal with the light changes because this is really infuriating sometimes. Just can't. Oh, it's so cool. Let's see, let me catch up with what you guys have been talking about. Many times you... Yeah, it's you, Zach. Oh, it's you. Parkour sickness. Parkour stickiness, okay. That, the Ujimbot's pretty awesome. Yeah, DFA is super cool, Barantor. Like, really excited. I feel good about my character now. Like, having Strix around is super awesome. Love playing RPGs with her, for sure. Yeah, oh my god, that gum thing was crazy. Holy crap. I think I try to imagine it as being like, you know, Kung Fu Hustle. It's like, how am I gonna get down from this third story apartment building? I'm gonna do all these really dumb things, you know? And like, it just sucked because at the beginning I just had too much bubble gum and I couldn't do badass things. I just like keep failing so epically until I got, you know, 3 and I could just kick everything's ass. It was great. It was super fun. Jesus. So how freaky is this, right? I mean, being beset on by the leviathans. It's so scary. Maybe inside the wolf. That's kind of scary. I'm gonna save this and then do a time lapse of this. This from here too. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna scrap this and we're gonna have a really cool experience. Let's see what happens. I love watching time lapses, especially with artists, just because I can see what they're thinking and how they're picturing form and figuring stuff out. Also, the fact you can just like walk around these things is like amazing. Oh god, that's so scary. It's so freaking scary. Oof. Yeah, me too. Strix is great. It's strange at the end. Yeah, it got really strange. Got really strange. Got really intense too. Where's that taffy crap? Ugh. I love that neon blood that happened to this. I wonder if this. Yeah. Just like oozy blood. The throat was sliced, belly torn asunder. Ripped away. Ugh. Oh, sorry. Yeah, do let me know about like the SimSick because I know what that's like with shooters, so I'll try not to spin around. Half the time it's just like this cord getting in the way, so I'm just trying to resolve it, but I will keep that in mind, thank you. Yeah, this is cool. Then, what else did I have? Those are all the main scenes, and I had... that's a wolf. Oh wait, is this the wolf that I wanted? Oh yeah, it is. More wolves. I don't know if you've noticed, but I really love wolves. They're really fun. They're easy. Like, I get how they work. Oh jeez, that's really creepy. That's totally weird. Yeah. Do you like wolves? Maybe. Just maybe. Oh yeah, so like, yeah, Osborne, like I used to be able to just like read on the bus and now I can't and it sucks. It really sucks. What is this? It's the cord. This is a weird one. This didn't work out the way that I thought it would have been. Like the shell and the shadow of the wolf. I want to work on that one for sure. that's this one that I was working on. Like, one of my favorite things to draw on this program, though, are definitely arms. Arms and, like, trapezius. The motion is really, really great for that. Oh, cool. I think it's an audiobook. Oh, what happened to your claws, lady? Oh man. Oh no, they're not done yet. Jeez, wow, I took a long time on this. The one thing I would love to learn from Zach is like how to actually paint with colors. I don't do it. It's just something I don't do. There's like an afterthought. It's never in process, so that'd be kind of fun. Maybe he'll show me. Oh, that sucks. Watching people play Overwatch makes me really sick. Like if they move around too fast, I can't do it. I just can't. It sucks so bad. I'm gonna sit in the dark because it's really creepy, but it's really, really fun. What do I do? Let's see. I'm trying to think what I would want from this. Maybe like ghosts and wraiths. Let's see if I can do something fun in here. Cold. Again, with me not being really good at height management in this, but hey, whatever. What was I using? Oh, no, not undo. Redo. Sorry. That's not what I wanted. Velvet ink, huh? What happens when I make you bigger? Not what I want. Never what I want! God damn it! Let's see. Let's see how this fares. That's interesting. really want this to look like bone, but I don't think it's gonna really read as bone. Oh shit. That's the other thing. I don't realize that I'm like lifting up when I paint a lot, so that's sometimes gets really awkward. I like this feels like a goat skull. You know, and like those strips of bone just kind of ink around. Alright. Is there anything I need to talk about? Does Zach want to announce anything?
Great.
I'm doing great! I guess I should make this horn. Just make a goat horn too. It's kind of rad. Who streams? Yeah. Ah, DJ Blue! What's up? Thanks for being, I don't know what time it is over there. But good morning.
Over there, he's in Portland.
I don't know. You guys are busy in travel. Shit. Zach is doing better. He, the infection I think is down and he's just dealing with pain, which is his life, so he's just eating a lot of Advil. Let's see. Let me give you creepy cold green eyes because that makes sense. What does that even look like as fire? Oh, that's really creepy. That's pretty cool. Just like line. That's pretty creepy, actually. That's great. I like it. I didn't expect it. Not really. Jeez, it's really kind of cool. And Breakfast of Champions. Man, when I had my tongue bifurcated, I had to eat Advil like it was my job. It was really crappy. It actually managed the pain really well. It's you grow used to it. It doesn't really suck as bad as it sounds. Oh, but God, I ate so much Advil. Holy crap. I ate a lot of Advil. Let me give you... Oh, that's not... Oh, that actually is really creepy. Let me give me some hair again. Let's see if I can do this a little better. The way I actually want it to work. That's really creepy. I love it. I'm sorry, I have to kind of spin around for a second because freaking... That's not what I wanted. Come on. That's not what I wanted either. But hey, I'll deal with it. Again, with the dumb lighting, but hey, whatever. This is pretty creepy as it is. Maybe I'll do a Wendigo story maybe next time actually. Wendigos are scary, and then talk about the skinwalkers too. That would actually be kind of cool. Or like even I'll look up some cannibal stories. Like freaking mountain survivors, Mount Eiger and stuff. Man, that'd be really fun. A massive creep fest, you know? Now if someone could tell me what this music is. I'd be very interested. So I like this. Tales about the jackalope too. Yeah, that's a little different though, since Wendigos are about flesh eaters and absorbing power. But yeah, I'll totally talk about jackalopes too. Yeah, see if you create. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that Thunder Tar we did last time. Oh wait, since you're here, DJ, actually, I'm gonna show you this before I go. So this is a fight in a way. This is part of the Wolf Queen story and her descent into hell, and the god of death over there, Hathis. And so her burning spirit was lulled in by his death light, but she burns him, and the Leviathans come and attack, which is kind of cool. No, there's a view from here, I guess. Yeah, so you have Leviathans. It's better over here. So kind of, right? I mean, eventually, I think better pose. This is more of a narrative fight than a actual fight. Made out with a jackalope. Yeah. Man, I was in the dark drawing this and it was so creepy. All these lights looking at me. It was really, really scary. But yeah. What time is it? Am I up yet? No, not.
No, you have 10 minutes.
I have 10 more minutes. I can never tell time in here. Yeah, for sure. It's really, really cool. It's so creepy. You can also like sit inside of her chest too. It's like see her spirit. It's super awesome. Really like how this got turned. I think I'll do a Wendigo story the next time I try and do a Storytime Monday. I would love to talk about the Wendigo and cannibalisms and horrible stories, because I do like horrifying stories that show us the limits of humanity. I think that kind of stuff is super fun. I gotta get in touch with it again. Also, just anything to be afraid. I must draw forever. There's an interesting line about art where, you know, art is never done, it is abandoned, and it is true. It is very true. Hey Joe, what was that last song?
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Oh, seriously? Damn. We had a really cool guest on DFA, Byron. Winter Minute, I believe, is his handle, and he plays the Crypt game with a Necrodancer with an actual DDR pad, which I think is freaking awesome and freaking insane. How do you even? What do I want this guy to do? How do I want? What do I want from your body? Actually, I just want his hands. His hands. Just want giant bones. Draw armor. Neck reaching above. Yeah. Yeah, I want pauldrons for sure. Let's see how well bones get handled here. If I remember maybe my anatomy classes. lost it. See what you guys are talking about. Okay. Handgun? What? Yeah, the freaking Lady Kakiu? He reminds me of the the undead horse mounts. I farmed that Baron for a very long time, and that asshole never gave me his horse. Don't blame him, but still, he's a jerk. Huge jerk. Let's hope that I don't jam this thing onto the floor. I tend to kind of do that. How many fingers did I give you? Oh, 5. That's a little too close. Okay, let's do that instead. See if I can. That's something that's really weird. I want to try and do armor in this, but it's really, really friggin' weird. Okay, let's see from this angle. Oh shit. Also, I suck at straight lines, so we'll see what happens. The Q5 game release next week. When you do, you should message anyway, and we can look for it, because I am always interested in figuring out how VR is going to work. I still think this is still too prototyped, right? There's still a lot of potential that I don't think is being fully utilized. I mean, it's hard, right? Because now that the technology is out, I think more developers and artists are getting their hands on it, which is really great, because then that's when all the weird shit's gonna happen. And that's what I'm most excited for. I don't know if you guys checked out Sparth when I mentioned last week, but he's a really great concept artist, incredible, amazing environments. Probably seen his stuff in Halo and in Destiny. But he was doing space stations and spaceships that were so freaking cool. It's worth checking out. He has like some videos up for free download to go look at. You get to watch him build a space station. It's freaking awesome. This is a really good grasp of how to use, you know, a 3D space, because he's so used to making worlds. So it was really awesome to see him do what I've wanted him to be doing for a long time. Here's your armored Wendigo. Figure out armor another time, because textures are weird. And I don't want to really do it. Trash you. And save. It's so creepy. This is really, really creepy. I like it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Like, huge. Purple pauldrons. That's so cool! It's actually a good use of this marker tool, finally. This thing is always way too flat to do anything organic, so I even got friggin' makes sense. It's really rad. Yeah, Joe's great. Joe is too good at everything. Thanks for the follow, Calamari Party. I can read. What?
Start wrapping it up.
Yeah. So to wrap it up. Probably maybe I'll like do Wendigos next time. I'll probably draw one. I will talk to you guys about it and talk about really crazy, weird survivor stories and cannibalism, and eventually maybe oh, what's his face? A jackalope too, because antlers. Why not? Hopefully you guys enjoyed what happened today. I know I learned a lot. If you do want to hear about Elisa's stories, you can always PM me on Twitter, SourFruitJunkie. She doesn't really have a place for her fantasy stuff. This is like actually a personal myth project that she's doing. She does have a lot of crazy nurse stories, so if you're into weird misguided medicine or horror stories in the ER, she's pretty rad. Next up, I believe is Rabbit Stew. Is going to be with Claudia and Romantic. We're going to be talking about geek stuff and anime. And after that, we are going to have Goober's new show, Do Better. I have no idea what he's going to fail at this time, but we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll probably catch you next week with a better story this time. But check out the POD. Sorry, I can't speak. Words are hard. And, you know, always up for suggestions or something new. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Joe!
What do you want?
Even those magic words.
Can I please go offline? You're the